Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Eric Zawadzki. I'm the Deviant developer, and I've got with me today some players. We're going to run a one-shot scenario here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'll go first. I'm the Will. I don't exist. That's it.
Hi, I'm Mince. What can I say? I hope to grow on all y'all by the end of this session.
Possibly literally.
If the mood takes us.
He keeps saying that, and I don't know what he can do.
I
I am concerned he means literally.
Probably not the weirdest character in here, but that's my own fault.
Hello there, I am the Law by Night podcast guy, and this is about as much emotion as you're going to get out of me the entire game.
Hi everyone, I'm Haley, also known as Beyblade666 on the internet. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok. So excited to be here. Big fan of the game, and let's play.
Hello, my name is Bianca, and I am super excited to be here. I don't have a link to my socials because I spend most of my socials collecting memes, and they're my memes, not yours, hence my handle is not shared here. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So just to keep things relatively simple, first a couple of bookkeeping items. This is a short-term game, so beats are going to be usable in a couple different ways rather than being done as beats. So it's going to be, they're going to create tokens, which I'm going to put in here. They'll make a nice, pretty audible sound as they go in. They can be exchanged by anyone to refresh a point of willpower, gain 8 again on a roll, add a single success to a contested roll, or to do a reset of one of your once per chapter adaptations or variations. Because of things, otherwise those aren't going to get used a whole lot. They might not get used a whole lot anyway. One shots are, there's a lot to keep track of. So that's that. Instability has really important mechanical effects in the game. It's kind of out of scope for a one shot. I didn't put any on your sheet. You don't have to worry about your penalties to resistance rolls, scar resistance rolls. Just keeping it a little simpler. Don't worry, you'll have plenty of opposition to deal with. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you introduce your characters in broad strokes. You know each other, but of course the audience doesn't know your characters, nor do the players really haven't seen each other's character sheets. So who wants to go first? Well, let's actually just do alphabetical. Let's start with Bo.
Bo is kind of what happens when you take your classic outdoorsy Southern survivalists and then you kind of shake them up in a drag bar for a couple days too long. Trying to figure out what would be a good way to say this. Anything to do with plants, they love it. If they get to go outside and just trapeze around the place, they love it. Hunting, foraging, they love it. Just all that time alone in the woods can sometimes make them a little not good with people. Just keep that in mind.
All right, Chuck.
I'm Chuck Finley. I was raised in a test tube, and I broke out over the course of about 5 years. Walked out and started my life of crime because gotta hide. And well, you can trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. I don't have the ability to read your thoughts. Don't worry, I'm not using that to help negotiate at all. Shush.
Why would he make that caveat? You might ask yourself. Omega A5D.
Omega A5D is what happens when you get the Terminator with flesh with a pinch of autism. I say a pinch, it's quite a lot actually. It was made for one reason, and that's to obey orders.
Okay. Ray?
I'm playing Ray Larson today. She's quite pissed off because the corporation that killed her parents was probably not by accident. And now she's turned to a life of crime, protecting her baby sister.
And Vanessa?
There. Yes, so I'm playing as Vanessa. I was born to an ocean cult, and at the age of 16, I got an egg implanted into me through my nose. Since then, it has hatched, and I now have an alien god living inside of me. We're kind of a it is a symbiotic relationship. Sorta. It is very frightening to have something inside of you. It's been very quiet for some time, which is scary, but also very liberating, since I'm happy with my new group of friends. But what will this creature demand of me? I'm not sure.
All right. So let's just get into the meat of the scenario. Ray's parents worked at a factory. You didn't name them in the background, so I've named them Corvallis Chemicals. Following your divergence, you learned that Corvallis supplies exotic compounds to any number of conspiracies within that wish to create super soldiers or other strange creatures like yourselves. And over the course of some years, you connected the dots and gradually brought this group of people together. And while everyone reserves a special fury for your individual conspiracies, this week we're dealing with Ray's conspiracy, because clearly they've had dealings with all of the conspiracies that made you. More urgently, you've learned that a scientist at one of the facilities for Corvallis is on the verge of a major breakthrough, a next generation drug that will surely be used by many conspiracies in the web of pain to create more remade wretches like yourselves. Your preliminary research has pegged the location of this facility near in a remote area near Huntsville, Texas. I'm going to go ahead and drop an address. It's just a business's address, and it's just used for layout, not for what's actually really there. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, let me do this. It'll let me do that. All right. That way everyone has a map to work with. All right, we'll just begin with whatever preparations you are making. You're ahead of this.
All right. Well, we're gonna knock this place over. So what all does everybody have that they would want to prepare at this point? Because I'm thinking bullets are very effective against humans typically.
And that is if we're wanting to go in loud. Do we not want to try and be a little quiet on the entry and be loud on the exit? You know, kind of like spicy food.
That is an option. Which way do we want to go? Loud all the way, or loud on the exit?
Well, if they're coming so close on the tail end of the project, then don't that mean they're going to be expecting some sort of little interferences? You know, interferences.
Yeah, and that also means that we don't have a lot of time. Doing sneakiness requires surveillance.
A silent approach would be preferable.
Okay, so that's 2 for sneaky.
I can get you in without being noticed. Leave that to me.
All right, 3
The
for
rest
sneaky.
of you be on guard.
All right, I guess we're doing it sneaky. In which case, how do we want to get out loud? Because I imagine we're going to need to set a lot of things on fire.
Vanessa, what you think?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, obviously we have to destroy the place, but
And that's not something you can do sneakily. Well,
no,
that's not
no,
something you do
definitely
quickly
not.
and sneakily.
Um,
So
I'll destroy anything that gets in my way. Okay? It's all
That-
coming and it's burning to the ground today. I've had enough of this.
okay,
Corporations just fucking destroying the poor and taking advantage of everyday people. It's not fair.
you know, you're a good person. I can respect that. Let's
See,
see. Go ahead.
see that attitude and I love it. Make sure it don't pop out till we're on the exfil.
I'm not gonna fuck this up.
I'm not
I've been
saying
waiting
you
a
purposely-
long time for this.
I'm not saying you purposely do it, but well, you're more kind of jumpy than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs right now. And I need to just check in, make sure, hey, I'm not gonna fly off the lid and like murder an entire squad of scientists and or soldiers that I see at the first instinct. Just as a thing.
I'll do what I have to survive. Always have.
Excellent. Then you won't kill a bunch of scientists on the first thing because they won't be threatening you as they are scientists and thus very likely to not be threatening.
All threats must be eliminated.
Indeed, all threats must be eliminated.
Thank
However,
you.
however, Omega, I will point out scientists are rarely threatening. However, and thus we should not attack them on sight. We hit them on the way out.
They are contributing to the experiments, therefore they are a threat, and therefore must be eliminated.
That's some interesting logic. I will point out that they were not a direct threat to us and are at best non-combatants.
The scientists are part of the everyday people, I must say.
Exactly.
There
shouldn't-
are people like my parents that have been taken advantage of and killed when they don't agree.
Indeed, if we just destroy their research, it's not like they have eidetic memories. And if we
I
see
mean-
them in a second place after that, well, then we can talk. But for now, I don't think we should, kill them for no apparent reason.
Affirmative. Databases have been updated.
Excellent. Just a well of charisma, this one. All right, so we'll get in sneaky, and then we'll get in sneaky. Then we'll destroy everything. Hopefully, we've got an okay understanding of the layout. Anyone have? Who's gonna get the car?
I cannot drive.
That's honestly kind of disappointing, Omega. I was expecting you to be very good with movement of heavy machines.
I lack the appropriate firmware.
You know
I'm
what? That
sure
is
you can, but maybe you shouldn't. I don't have a driver's license, but I can.
okay.
It's just pressing one of those pedal things, right?
Concerning
Some
that
of
you
you've
said
led
it
some
like
shelter lives, I guess. True.
considering you said it like that, you're not in a candidate anymore.
Oh,
I grew up in a lab and I know how to drive. Where were you? How do you not?
I was in an ocean cult.
Can I call one of my buddies to like give us a ride? Are we in like the
Yeah.
same local area that I would know people?
Yeah, you're in the local area.
Excellent. That's our escape route. Get to the car. We have that set up at least. Next, let's see. Seems like a residential neighborhood, which means lots of innocent bystanders. Do we know if this house is an iceberg house? Do we have any other intelligence? Do we want to go try to grab somebody and do things to them until they tell us?
Or we can get a boat, escape by water. Water is nice.
As
Good.
excellent as an idea that is, it is a river. I will point, or a creek at best, with how wide that is. I will point out, and it is in the middle of Texas. Where would we go besides one of the two directions on the river?
The woods.
It's
I can get us
actually,
to a spot that we can hide.
if you zoom out a bit, there's actually a lake that attaches to it to the south. Lake Conroe.
Okay, so that's slightly better. However, we are still limited to the lake itself and any rivers that go off of that lake versus a car, which is not limited to any of those.
Which is limited roads, though.
Get an off-road vehicle. Now we have more options. Then we can ditch said thing in the middle of the woods, like you said, and our expedition can continue on foot from there.
Can also ascend with my jet thrusters.
He can do that apparently. So that is an option if we want to. Wait. How do you have jet thruster? Never mind. Mathematics don't matter. Okay, so
Why don't you give me an intelligence plus investigation?
All of us, all.
Yeah, sure.
Into investigation. Alrighty. That is.
I'm pretty good at that. Not intelligent, but
Would my hypervigilance merit come into this at all?
No, not in this case.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. Alright. And just clarify if I remember right, for this system, it's 8s and aboves that are.
Yep.
And 10s, if you get a 10, you get to re-roll it, and if you get more successes, you get more successes.
got 3.
Okay.
I got a 10, so I shall roll that again.
I got 4
So-
successes.
All right.
So that'd be 5 for me.
I got a total failure.
Okay. Well,
I'm not very bright and I'm untrained in
yeah, that's not going to be
in
the thing you're shooting
investigation.
a suit.
So I'm like boat, man, water. Water leads to the ocean. That's science.
Well, something that you just sort of like, basically creeping on this place on like Google Maps, for example, you were able to recognize is that, you have this general layout. You basically can see what you see in the images for the most part. There are just a couple places that are going to be a little different when we get there, but I'll point those out when we get there. But something of note is that all but 3 of the houses in this little place have new owners. In a few cases, the price that they paid, because you can Zillow them, was notably lower than is usual. I mean, this is basically like a cabin. This is like a place where people would set up a house to like hang out in the woods for a couple weeks when they're on vacation. This isn't a town in a traditional sense of the word, but nor is it like, a military compound. It's just a residential area for well-to-do folks to get a little closer to nature while also living in a house with good utilities. In 2 cases, the buyer bought the house at an estate sale following the unexpected demise of its previous owner. One due to an accident and one due to a robbery gone wrong. So just giving you some sense of what you're getting into here.
Got it. At least 2 murders.
Still
Okay.
think those scientists is just totally hands clean.
No, I didn't say they were hands clean. I just said they weren't a threat. There's difference. Big difference. Big difference. That being said, I only advocated not kill them right away.
The scientists are the slaves of the corporation. It's not their fault.
That too, but also killing them is the bad idea, just not right away.
I'm not saying we kill them. I'm saying we scare the fucking shit out of them.
That might make them actually more likely to attack, to
They'll
work on this
flee
sort
at the
of
sight
thing.
of freedom from this wretched place. Trust
What?
me.
Whilst this is happening, Omega looks very confused because the information that's now being presented is conflicting with what he was just told a minute ago. And If his eyes could sort of like spin around, it kind of would. He's just a little overwhelmed with the information at the moment.
Oh God, we're messing with Andrew. Okay. I have something in mind. Why don't we wait till we're on site to hash out?
Agreed.
All right.
Let's get in the car.
So driving out that one road is the only really way in or out of the area, other than going by water. The approach is wooded and the road is little traveled. It has it said it looked a place where wealthy come to get away from civilization for a few days and enjoy a week or two of boating, fishing, and hiking. As you get close to the zone, there's a large pickup truck with two kind of burly looking types coming the other way. They don't stop when they see you, but you notice that one of them, one of the passenger seat, immediately takes out his cell phone and looks to be making some sort of call.
Let's see.
That's not concerning at all.
No, never. I choose one.
Have a specialized sense to listen in on audio communications. So you
Okay.
can listen in on audio communications from any and similar electronic devices within 40 yards.
Oh, did it get clipped when I was pacing? It's like it's cell phones, radios.
Yeah.
It's audio only, but yeah, you can listen in on conversations. Now, the vehicle is traveling at a pretty good rate, so they're not within range for a very long time, but you do catch something to the effect of unfamiliar vehicle, make the welcome committee ready.
Okay. I think those that just passed us, guys, I think they are part of the conspiracy.
When you glance in the rear window, you notice that the back of the pickup has a gun rack, and they have semi-automatic weapons, or like assault rifles on the back of their the truck.
Okay, so that they're armed and dangerous, and they mentioned something about getting a welcoming committee ready for us.
That sounds just like your normal Texan thing. I wish it could be just that.
Sounds fun.
Texas.
Oh no. All right. Well, they're going to do terrible things, then we should be prepared, yeah?
Oh, they don't know if they got a pharmacy in.
Oh, they don't have a pharmacy here, no.
No.
They have very little. They don't have a grocery store. They don't have a gas station. They got like nothing. A couple of things that you're seeing on this map, I'm going to just tell you are changed. That Candog, Texas floating docks is now a very small police station. The airbrush beauty spray tanning is listed as a actually it's listed as exactly that. I'm gonna leave it as that. Same thing with Augusta Lawn Care of Willis, and Sam Houston Forest Estate seems to be sort of like a real estate agency, basically a place where if you want to rent these as sort of like a summer home, some of them, you can do that. Things of that nature.
It'll be fine. Let me just check and make sure I got plenty of my. And Bo just starts like getting that slowly growing panic as they search their bags. Or well, bag. I must have put it in my pocket. Nope. In another pocket.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
What are you looking
Vanessa,
for?
check your pockets.
What? My pockets? Why would you put things in my pockets? I start to rummage around, very, very confused, and the paranoia is incredibly infectious. What am I looking for? I have limbs.
not a big thing, but remember how I told y'all that one time that occasionally I had to take vitamins and stuff for something to work?
We are on the most important mission of our lives. About to do some, and you forgot your vitamins?
Well, when you say it like that, it makes it sound like I did something stupid, which I did not. I just momentarily displaced them. Or misplaced them. Displaced, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure one of these places, like, I can get into it and like rummage around in their cabinets, medicine cabinets. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
So-
okay. What
So
vitamins
what
are we looking?
vitamins? Yeah.
Yeah. What are
How
we
to
looking?
break in and look for phosphate tablets just into a random house and hope they have them. Oh my gosh.
Would there be any weapons in this cart at the moment, or is it just us?
You don't have. I mean, if you have reasonable stuff, yes, you're okay with it. But you're not going to have assault rifles, for example.
Oh.
You just don't have the resources for that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
No biggie. Just we'll need to ration out that until later then.
Good times. All right.
I'll text my little sister and say, if I don't come home, there's a safe full of money. Have a good life. Click.
That's certainly not bleak.
It's
Oh,
really
no.
good that like none of us read that because
I will say though that the people in the pickup haven't slowed down or stopped or turned around or anything of that nature. They're still going on whatever thing they're doing. They're still going.
their job appears to be just patrol and
It doesn't seem like they're patrolling. It just seems like they're headed out someplace. Like I mentioned before, there's no grocery store, no gas station, so they may just be getting supplies. Hard to say.
makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Mega would have been looking at the vehicle for the whole duration he could, just like his neck craned round as much as they could, and the moment they couldn't see it anymore, they were just like very slowly, almost mechanical, just sort of swivel back, like sitting very straight and rigid, arms crossed in their seat in the car, just looking straight ahead, not to the sides, just dead ahead.
Well, as you get closer to the little community, you start seeing caution children at play signs, but no actual children. There are horse farms and other what are they called? Yeah, basically a horse farm, but there's no horses.
Ranches.
Yeah, that's what it was. Ranches, like little ranches. There's a couple, pieces of playground equipment scattered here and there, like just little home units, but they don't look like they've been used in some time. The cars and the boats in the driveway, just like people have like, speed boats and stuff, or like, just pleasure boats, basically speed boats. A lot of them look like they haven't been moved in quite some time. And you notice something, maybe not odd, but as you enter the community proper, and you can actually street view to see some of the stuff here, but but people are coming out of their houses and they are like clearly doing something relevant. Like, one of them is watering the lawn. Another one is, sitting underneath a car, like trying to act like because it's not on a jack or anything. So they're just like underneath the body of the car, like they're trying to work on something, but it's pretty clear that they aren't. And all of them are packing heat, again, with the assault rifle, sidearm, and like a combat knife. Just sort of, casually acting like they're the residents. It's a little transparent though, that they are not the residents or the original residents.
Okay, guys, I think we just entered the hornet's nest here and we're kind of surrounded.
I mean, at least hornets are some useful.
No, they're not. They're like the
They're
worst.
pollinators.
They are?
Yes, hornets are one of the pollinators. Okay, we will have that discussion. I will have my rant when we get back. Vanessa, you okay? You're looking a little twitchy.
I'm just thinking, like, we have to pretend like we're fitting in or something, right? Like, what if they try to ask us like what we're doing here? What should we say then?
I got it.
Sightsee?
I
Well,
was
there's
not
not
built for the
exactly.
simulation of neurotypical behavior.
Well, with him here, I don't think we can just act like we're fitting in. Plus, we've already had the whistle blown on us, given that those guys sent that message. So if they ask what we're doing here, we just keep going. Don't stop
No.
driving so they can't ask. Get to our
Uh,
location, then start doing things.
You
eh?
and I both see them big hunks of metal at their hips, right? Right? Like that's not just me.
Yeah, they're definitely there. They're gonna. It's definitely gonna be a fun day.
If we can't convince them otherwise, then
Oh,
we need to fight.
Bo, just something to point out is that you notice that a lot of the lawns have those little signs that lawn care companies put in the grass sometimes to let them know that that they've put down herbicide to deal with weeds. So just
Like wherever Bo was in the car, they have shifted away from the window. Oh, no.
But just,
Hey, you're the one looking twitchy.
that is pretty universally the lawn care by Augusta Lawn Care of Willis.
Oh, that's great. That's fun. That's fantastic. Okay. That is
All
a bridge.
right.
You know,
Do you need your vitamins?
I'm gonna need a drink by the end of this. Apparently, if this trend of little complications keeps up, but we will make it work. I got it. But for our current problem, I got it. We are the environmentals and it. Wow, don't let me talk. We are the Environmental Science Club of a local community college. We are here for spring break, or not spring break, summer break.
got it.
Affirmative.
Seeing
Takes
the
out-
site, finding plants, doing nerd shit.
Got it. Takes out phone. Google's local college.
Quick, do our research now. That's all right.
Lulu.
It's not fun to do when you're just like getting into the scenario, so it's totally fine. Is there any particular destination that you have in mind?
I literally just Google local college and let Google do the rest in hopes that I find anything that will work appropriately. I don't even really need. It could be Texas State for all I care. This cover story has like they're gonna ask that next, and then they're gonna ask to see our college IDs. If we at least have a college name, that'll help a little bit.
Okay.
Then Omega's gonna give it away because he's a Terminator. So what's I'm really not worried about this because I feel like Omega's just gonna say something and they're gonna be like, "What did he say?"
Yeah.
I literally
gonna
have like
keep-
lightning pulsating out of my skin, so that might give it away.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried.
Well, on the bright side, nobody has conspicuous appearance, so you're not obviously. Well, one of you has sometimes has conspicuous appearance, but it's not going to be obvious that you're deviants. You might just be lost, or you could be looking to rent one of the homes in the area. Could be lots of options.
Oh yeah, lots of options, but we're in the hornet's nest. If I was the hornet, I would assume, well, that's odd, and I would probably take us into custody, even though it's illegal.
Chuck, don't you have mind control powers? You can just convince them otherwise.
I don't have mind control powers. I can read your mind. It's a difference.
If
It's like
only.
the difference between being a reader and a writer, guys. Seriously.
Exactly. I mean, I can talk to them this way and proceed to stop moving my mouth as I continue talking. I can talk to people like this, but I can't just make you think things. I'm not a Jedi.
You're no Professor X, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. My legs still work.
Okay.
So if
should
they
probably
don't
get a-
ask us, Ray, you seem pretty happy with getting like your daily dose of violence, and so
My daily
Punch
dose
them in
of
the face.
violence. Violence is
Yeah.
necessary to survive now.
exactly.
Nothing is fair. Nothing is equal. That's what I have to do. And they have to pay.
And so you will punch them in the face if they turn.
I'll do worse than that.
famous.
I'll sacrifice myself if that's what it takes. Anything to get this place to the ground.
Ray, again, love the attitude. This is not the ending sequence for what was it, Halo 2 or 1 or 3, one of them. This
Reach.
is not Reach, yes, that one. This is not that. Nobody has said anything about sacrificing themselves. We're smart, we're capable. We've got what? We've got Professor X, well, died Professor X. We got Omega from Sonic. We got
Hello.
you.
I know you guys are capable. This is why I brought you onto the mission, but it seems as though it's much more personal to me. And that's fine. You'll need me on your side.
Oh, 100%. But death doesn't need to happen for us. Just for them. Don't sacrifice yourself. Martyrdom is not cool.
I mean,
Death is indeed fatal.
See,
Thank you.
Omega agrees.
Yes.
And you know, if Omega's agreeing, it has to be logical. That's how that works.
Indeed.
And if it's logical, you should do that, right? Because logic is important.
All right,
So
shall
we
we
go with this?
shall we pick a place on the map where we're headed to start with?
Need.
Can we go to the back entrance?
Back
Uh,
entrance?
Of. Yeah, sure. Why not?
we're looking for the compound, right?
Let's
Yeah.
go, like if there's a forest around it or something, go in the forest and then make our way on foot to the back entrance.
Okay, so are you
Based
basically
on-
ditching the car somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's the getaway vehicle. This will be where we go to when when things go down.
All right. So are we going, well, I guess south is gonna be hard because it's gonna be going to the lake. But are you
Yeah.
gonna north or going south to start with?
Well, south, like you said, is the lake. So,
Mhm.
and we have. Ooh, can you, Vanessa? Can you make us all be able to breathe underwater?
I don't think so.
It's just herself for this one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in which case, woods it is, because I don't want to drown.
You sure? I mean, no. Ignore me.
Yes, I'm sure I don't want to drown.
Conversation
Omega's-
with something.
As Omega
Like
did-
the idea that someone drowning nearby would be fun.
I
As
have
Omega
a-
has said, death is indeed fatal.
Yes. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Don't just
I'll tell my buddy to keep the car on. Keep it running for us.
All right.
Good.
All right, so you go into the woods and kind of hike around a little bit. And it's, clearly an area that has a lot of hiking nearby. You go up past that little point at the top.
Mhm.
And there's clearly more stuff out there for like woods, but it doesn't seem like there's more compound. However, are you basically just circumnavigating the entire compound, the entire area?
That would be wise, I think.
Okay. As you get past you see that spot on Wildwood Lake Drive?
Mhm.
Like, see that little piece of the road that just sticks up to the north?
Yep.
As you get close to that, in a little farther north, you find something rather alarming.
Oh no.
So there are there's some parts of where the trees have been cleared, and there is upturned earth in nice little rows. They look suspiciously like fairly recent graves. About a dozen of them. And there's also a small shed nearby and a path that seems to go toward where that road is. It's just like a dirt road that, not even a road, but just like clearly someone has been driving through this area enough that they can get a vehicle in and out.
Huh.
Hmm.
That is concerning.
Ain't this peachy?
No,
Yeah.
they are graves.
Indeed. Indeed, they are. Dead people. Most likely residents. These people are
Dig up a
monsters.
couple and find out.
Let's not waste time assuming that these are 6-foot deep graves. That's going to take us at least
A while.
an hour if it's all of us doing it. Assuming Omega doesn't have like a bulldozer mode.
This shit
Negative.
doesn't surprise me. They're fucking animals. Let's keep moving.
Agreed.
Hold up. I want to check out that shed real quick.
All right. The shed has a lot of shovels and other equipment that would be useful for digging graves, flashlights, stuff like that.
Flashlights are stolen immediately, as is one shovel. This is what we call ethical looting.
Ethical looting.
Ethical looting.
What?
Ethical looting.
Why is
Well-
it ethical? Why does it have to be ethical? We're stealing from bad people.
I mean,
That's what
Depending-
makes it ethical. They're bad
depending on
people.
your context, stealing from any big conspiracy or corporation is ethical. So, still ethical looting. And they're just shaking like a bag of the flashlights.
You hear an engine coming closer, coming from that road.
Ah, shh. Behind the trees. Behind the trees. I yell that into all your heads.
Okay,
Hiding.
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 All right. Eventually, a pickup comes in, and there's two people, kind of similar to the folks that you saw leaving the compound earlier, and they drive up in the pickup, and they open the back, and there are two body bags in the back of the truck. And they're kind of talking to each other, mostly just like talking about the weather sort of stuff, whatever sporting event is going on. This is clearly just part of the job to them, and they have long since gotten hardened to it. They are not armed at the moment. Their weapons are in the truck still. They're just kind of hauling these obvious bodies.
Are the bags moving?
The bags are not moving.
So we have some standards. Okay.
Yep. We'll want to give me a wits plus composure.
I can do that. Is that for anyone?
Yeah.
Wits and composure. Okay, so that's 2 and one of them's a 10, so roll again.
One
It is.
success.
Or no, wait, 8, 9, so only one, but one of them's 10. So it's 1.
I also got one success.
3, Omega. Omega, you
Question.
notice. Oh, I'm sorry.
If you do the 10 again and get a 10 on the second time as well, do you do it again until you stop getting 10s?
Correct.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so just 2.
Okay. It's a little vague for others, but Omega, you notice that the body has an extraneous appendage. It has like an extra arm or something growing out of where its chest should be.
Omega would come say this to the cohort. Don't know how far they would be in proximity to him, but the thing is, he doesn't exactly have a very good whispering, so it'd be like a very. If they listen to, if the opposition would listen hard enough, they might be able to pick it up.
Okay, what do you? Oh, so you're just relaying that information.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you all one reaction, and then I'm going to react.
Just in his mind. Shut the fuck up. Everybody hide.
Ray is fucking.
What's that? I don't know, probably another hiker. I hope they didn't get too close to this. I don't want to have to get rid of them like we did the last ones. They drop the body and they kind of clamber. I don't know. They don't seem to have any sense of urgency. They figure it's someone wandering rather than someone who's here to like burn down the compound. And so they're sort of ambling over to the truck to go get their guns.
Cool.
Haley.
Oh, okay. So there is guns in the vehicle.
Yeah, they're just the back rather than they weren't carrying them when they were carrying the bodies.
Okay.
So they're scrambling to go get their guns because I heard
They're not
something.
scrambling.
They're not scrambling.
They're
They're-
meandering over.
They're meandering over. Like,
In
you
which
better check
case-
something out.
In which
Okay.
case, do we
I'm
wanna-
gonna step out and be like, "Stop where you are."
I guess we're murdering. Okay then.
I guess it's initiative time.
Mhm. Well, I'm just gonna try and well, I don't know. It might
What?
not be murder.
Okay.
Just depends on what they do, I guess.
Okay. The fact that you're using a commanding tone
It's
does not exactly make it so that they think, wow, there's no threat. Now they're scrambling.
yay.
Yay.
Can I like dash forward and like kind of stop them?
What's
like
initiative?
interfere?
That will be that's how we'll determine this.
Okay.
Let's see.
So remind me, what is it that we have to roll for initiative?
It's a D10 plus the initiative modifier.
Okay.
So it's basically D10 plus Dex plus wits.
Oh,
Okie doke.
Some folks will have a bonus to that. I'm pretty sure Ray has a significant advantage when her, when you're frightened, or where you activate.
so it's mine says 5. Do I just roll 5d10?
Nope, a D10 plus 5. It's the only weird thing in Chronicles where you actually roll a D10 and read the number rather than roll successes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just one dice.
That's
And I'm
Oh,
assuming
boy.
if it's a 10, you don't roll it again. It's just
No,
flat.
not on this one. It's just that.
Okay.
All
In
right.
that case, mine will be 16.
Okay.
I
That
got-
was a good roll.
12.
Does anyone beat a 12?
I got
I got
14.
16. 16, 1 6.
Bo as a 14. Okay.
80 little survivalists.
I got an 8.
13.
So someone who had 12? Someone? Okay.
Really?
Ray had 12. Goon 1. So 10. 9. 8. I'm gonna have 8. Chuck. So that is Chuck. That's true. All right. And then Goon 2. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing one. Does someone have less than an 8? Vanessa?
So I rolled a 13.
Oh, a 13. Okay. You're between Bo and Ray. All right. Omega.
Once I see them starting to scramble from their weapons, I would like to activate my lash, which for Omega are two blades that sort of pop out on the forearm, and it's not a very clean thing. A combination of a bone, fleshy, metal alloy, and there's a bit of viscera that sort of splutters out as this happens. And he would like to run over. I'm presuming, like, can I activate that and run over and attempt to attack
It
them?
has the quick effect, so yes, you can. It's they come out as a reflexive action instead of requiring basically a draw action like a lot of lashes do.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, you can clear that in time. Roll your attack.
Sure. So that would be a Dex plus melee.
Weaponry, if that's yeah, it looks
Oh.
like it's a weaponry.
Weaponry. So I beg your pardon.
You have the blades benefit too, so okay.
Yeah. So I'm in World of Darkness mode rather than Chronicles of Darkness. We get the thing
It's
there.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Play a little bit of
Okay.
Exalted for a little while after playing lots of Chronicles of Darkness, and that's where we were for a good time. Like, oh my gosh, I can't remember how this game goes.
Okay. So there's 2 free 10s.
Yikes.
Oh no. Just eviscerates this one man.
Okay. So 3.
Y'all ever seen a Satsuma go through a blender? That's what's about to happen here.
That's 4 successes.
Okay, so that's 4 damage plus the mod is so that's just it doesn't have a bonus on it, it's just a +0. Okay, so 4
Yeah, it has,
damage, but it's lethal.
quick pissing and insidious were the things I've written on my notes.
Okay,
for
so it
that.
ignores double check. I have my summary for this. Piercing. Yeah, it's resisted by stamina instead of defense. And then I forgot about defense, but it doesn't matter. So okay, so you give him a good cut with that. It goes through his body armor. They do have like just I always get the thing confused in this game, whether it's Kevlar or flak jacket, but it's the 1-1-3-1 protection. So you give him a good cut. It's not enough to put him down entirely, but if he was in a desperate situation before, he's even more desperate now. Oh,
After some internal mental string of curses of, right, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Okay. Ray is gonna start trying to sneak around to the truck to get
okay.
behind him.
Bo?
Oh, yep. Yeah, that's what you meant, though. Your character, not someone else's.
Yeah, that's what my character's thinking.
You established that no one here has mind control powers. So,
Yes.
all right, Vanessa.
So I'm thinking that we need to get those weapons too. So I'm also making my way to the car. I don't have anything, I think, that lets my character just dash towards either the enemy or the car. So my plan is to try to get to the car.
Okay. All right. Ray.
If Omega got one of them, I'm gonna interfere with the other one and stop him. I'm gonna use my lightning speed.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
Sure thing.
reflexive too. So yeah, you can get there pretty much immediately. Gosh, I should have included that already in your. That's all right. You beat the goons. That's the thing that matters. Okay, so Ray is basically instantly at the guns in the truck. Is that you're getting for the guns, or are you going for the bad guys?
I'm gonna go to the bad guys first.
Okay.
I'm gonna, as soon as I get there, I'm gonna be like, one more step and you're dust.
Okay. So go ahead and give me your presence intimidation. I think you have a specific air of menace. Yeah. So
Whilst that roll's being made, my lash is tied to the murderous urge scar.
Well,
At what
murderous
point-
urge is a persistent scar. So it means that anytime there's an opportunity to escalate the violence, you have to struggle not to escalate the violence. And at the level that you have it, not only once you start getting in a fight, it's really hard for you to not to keep fighting until somebody's dead.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so I'm curious, as I've kind of escalated this already, I'm curious at what point would that kick in, I guess.
okay, I mean you can always make a scar resistance roll to avoid, to basically pull back.
I
It
see.
comes up if
Okay.
you are not pulling back.
So I got a couple things that could help me here.
Mhm.
It's 5 altogether, but I also have like a specialty in it, physical
Yeah.
coercion and air of menace. So do I add those 3 more dice? Is that how that works?
Add 3 more dice for, no, wait, for physical coercion, it just gives you a +1 because it's a specialty. So
Okay.
3, 4 from the intimidation, plus 2 for presence. So that's 6. Air of menace. Let me just check that. I want to say that it makes it so that it's hard for someone to start a fight with you, but it's been a little while.
Character gains +2 dice to rolls that use fear and menace of force compliance, such as with intimidation rolls.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So
Yeah, yes. And then,
7?
it's a lot of dice, yes.
So I got a 10. So I roll again? Just 1 dice?
Yeah, any 10s you re-roll until you stop getting 10s.
All right, so 1 success.
Ooh, 1 7 dice. Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's shitty.
No, that's okay. The one that is not yet carved up is too focused on trying to get. I rolled his rolled his resistance basically, and on 2 dice he managed to get 3 successes. Kept on rolling 10 for him. The other one though is get him off of me! I'll do whatever you want, just get him off of me. The one that's been hacked up. Clearly didn't think that he signed up for this.
Mhm. You will get us into the building is what you're going to do. Safely.
Okay. The goon that has not been injured manages to scramble onto the truck and has grabbed the assault rifle and is fiddling with it. He'll be able to attack next turn. It's probably not going to get that
I
opportunity.
thought I intercepted them. Did he just went around me or something?
Yeah, he pushed his way past you
Oh.
as best he could.
Okay.
Chuck.
All right. All right. I was hoping that she would have stopped him because I was going to put a force field around the truck, but things change.
He'll still put a force field around the truck.
It would only stop him from shooting us, and it would only be a way buying time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's pull him back towards the murderous killing machine with throw. That works, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
So
So
an object or opponent in range, scar finesse roll. Object size. Success inflicts lethal damage. Sorry, I'm still
okay.
unfamiliar with it. I'm reading the effect.
All right,
Ready
so
to roll.
Scar Finesse is going to be your magnitude, so 5 for you,
Okay.
plus your entangled with Bane, so it's going to be your dexterity.
Okay.
So 8 dice.
All right. Let's see if we can just throw this man into the murderous killing machine.
Fun. Which one? Which murderous killing machine? I mean, not which. brand.
Omega. Let's get him close to Omega. because Omega clearly is going to just want to destroy them. So that's 7.
Jesus.
All right. You have dragged him out of the with 7. I'm going to say he drops his gun on the way out.
Excellent.
And now he is also on the ground in front of Ray and Omega.
Excellent.
This dude annoying. Yoink.
All right.
That's what I got.
I think we're kind of foregone conclusion territory. There's no way that either of these guys is going to be a threat at this point. Omega, are you going to show mercy or are you going to kill this guy?
He's going to try and kill this guy.
Oh
Is
no.
anyone going to stop him?
Not what I planned.
I put a force bubble around Omega.
So that would be another dex and weaponry.
Yeah. They'll get one more attack and then they can respond.
Do I have anything that can stop that?
That is 8 successes.
Oh my god.
Okay. Unfortunately, he's good and carved up. Edward Scissorhands style, sort of.
Mhm.
But on the bright side, that certainly has cowed the other one.
Excellent.
And I can just imagine as the sort of the blades have gone through, or he's sliced in half or whatever. Target 1 eliminated.
And then does a right angle turn.
Yeah, just swivel on the spot.
The guy on the ground is scrambling, like crab walking backwards as fast as he can away from you.
I'll put my hand on Omega's shoulder and be like, so do we have a deal now? To the other guy.
What do you want? You're obviously one of them.
We want revenge, and you'll take us to it.
Okay. What are you looking for?
We're looking to get inside safely.
Inside what?
The building.
There's a lot of different things. There's several buildings in this area.
I don't
Okay.
actually need you. I just need your pass. So do you want to live? Be compliant.
Hey. Now. Listen, we know what's being made here. We know that it's being shipped off to a lot of other conspiracies. Just we want to destroy it. You want to live. There's some give and take here. We can these two very murderous as you've seen. And if you want to survive this is your opportunity.
Well, if you're looking for where they make the stuff, it's in the lawn care building. I mean, it's just a front, but it's in the lawn care building.
Thank you. Now, remember, does he have a badge?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
it's not like one thing I'll point out is there is not a lot of like electronic surveillance. They basically just like have hollowed out this residential neighborhood. And so there wasn't really a lot of surveillance to begin with. So why would they add more? Or they could, but they haven't. And 2, there's probably things that we get caught on camera that they wouldn't want to get dragged into a court of law. So they just don't take video surveillance of a lot of stuff.
Excellent. I'm gonna read his name now. Now I know your name. If you blow the whistle on us, I'm gonna come for you. Okay?
He nods vigorously.
These two are gonna come for you, and you sold it to your buddy, and well, and one of them had that power that dragged you. I mean, you're gonna. So why don't you go run off? I believe there's a town that way, about 5 miles, and here's a bottle of water. I hand him his own bottle of water.
It is actually significantly a little farther than 5 miles, but
I know.
Sure, you could probably find a campground in that amount of time.
Yeah. Let him run off.
All right.
Good.
Let him run off. Okay.
Listen, he gave us the location. He's not going to be helpful. If anything, he's a liability. Think about it. We're going to get in. He's going to think, okay, the murderous killing machine's right next to me. He's going to, use those duress signals that they got where they're like, I don't know, the word catapult. And then suddenly everybody's going to be like, oh, shoot, he's in trouble. And they're going to ambush us.
Whatever. She's going to be searching the other body, find the whatever IDs that they need to get in, and take it.
And the
Probably
thing is,
set of
it's not like
keys.
it's not like a kind of like the people around town. They're not like obviously. I mean, they're obvious, but they're like not in uniforms.
Yeah.
It's like plain clothes with body armor underneath, and the assault rifles handy, and the knife and the pistol. I mean, that's just like, it's not a uniform, but it's just a weapon set that they tend to carry. So even badges, it's really just like, it isn't this very clinical, like, badge into something to get in. There's not that kind of controlled access. Like I said, they've hollowed out a residential neighborhood. They don't have like all sorts of like electronic locks on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're sneaky, you could probably get around most of the buildings in this neighborhood without triggering any kind of alarm. Again, they don't have any electronic surveillance. Locks are basically just normal residential home locks. I'll let you know if you run into anything where that's different. But there's just really not a whole lot of badging to go. They'll have like ID, and including like their Corvallis ID, but it's just like an employee ID so that they can present credentials if someone asks for them.
Indeed.
Okay. Well,
So look
anyways,
for a key ring.
you wanted guns? There they are.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Right.
moving.
There they are. Omega,
There they
are
are.
you good at shooting our murderous killing machine?
Affirmative. I have specialized training in rifles.
It's weirdly specific, but okay. Acquire a gun. In fact, we have a truck now. How
A
many
truck
people-
that Bo is like digging through.
It
Like
still
just
has one
moving.
body behind it in the back of it, by the way.
Just telekinetically throw that out. Okay, so this is a 6-pack or 3-pack truck, being that a 2-person in the front or back.
It's really a 2-person in the front sort of truck. You will definitely have to have someone in the back of
Got it.
the vehicle.
Got it. In which case, bags. How inclined are we to desecrate corpses?
Don't care what happens to him.
All right, we have 2 bags. There's 5 of us. So 2 people in the front, 2 people in the bags, 1 person laying down.
Okay.
Good plan.
Okay,
Bad
good.
plan. If it's a 3-pack, if it has the central thing that comes up, we can have 3 people up front, 2 people in the bags. Good
Sorry,
idea.
I was
Bad
digging
idea.
around and I found a Snickers in there. What were you saying?
Oh, we're gonna use the truck to get in close because it's their truck, not our truck.
Okay, but who will drive? This was the first dilemma that we had to begin with, and now we
No,
have
no.
returned to it.
No. You see, I can drive.
Oh.
We just needed somebody to drive the getaway car and keep it running. That was our
Oh.
dilemma. It's not that we didn't have somebody who could drive. It's that we didn't have somebody who was, a dedicated driver. Anyways, so I can drive it. If the center console happens to come up, we can get 3 people in the front. Otherwise, 3 people in the back, 2 people in bags. Omega, I'm thinking bag for you. Those blade things gonna help you get out real quick.
Affirmative. And then he'll head himself toward, he'll see that as an instruction and he'll get towards the bag in question.
Excellent. Make sure to remove the body first.
Ray's gonna go to shotgun.
Okay, a couple things about the people in the body bags. One of them just looks like he's had a cardiac arrest. And it's not really obvious what was wrong before. The other one has literally sprouted an arm out of the center of his chest. And has lost a lot of blood as a result of that. So it doesn't look like these are residents that are just being executed. It looks like these are test subjects.
So the residents that are being executed with steps.
What waste not, want not?
I mean, take the
Omega
resident-
wouldn't care too much of the bodies there and is when if he needs to get into one of these bags, he will just unceremoniously drag or lift and just dump them over the side, not really caring unless he's been told to care or look at them. He had an
Yeah.
instruction to get in a bag, so he's getting in a bag.
Jesus Christ,
Perfectly
man.
fine.
Get in the
Perfectly fine.
bag.
Who wants the other bag?
Oh, you go ahead.
Great.
Got one for Bo.
Okay, but just the minute we're going to this lawn care shit, right?
Legit forgot what building you said.
It's the Augusta Lawn Care of Willis is actually labeled that way for in the scenario as well.
Excellent. Yes, we are.
Would you mind just doing me the little courtesy of giving me heads up if, say, I don't know, any sort of chemical starts coming to the truck?
Sure. Gladly.
As,
Don't worry.
Fun
Don't worry.
fact, little trivia. I don't think we ever got to go to this trivia night. Any weed killer, plant poison, any of that touches me, I'm fucked. Just gonna put that out there.
Good to know. Don't worry. We won't fill the back of the truck with weed killer or plant poison then.
If you do, I will pump you so full of thorns that you are gonna look like a homemade porcupine for a craft fair project.
Cool. Understood. Anyways, so that's
Unless
two people.
at least until they run out from lack of phosphate tabs. So.
Fair enough.
So that's two people. The two people in the bags. I suppose I'm driving. Who wants to sit up front with me? Oh wait, hold on.
Ray's already
Ray-
there.
Ray already there. In which
So let's-
case, Vanessa, you get to lay with the corpses. So keep your
Yay.
head down. Keep your head down. Don't
Just
worry.
let us
Oh,
know
well,
when we're there.
You'll
Bo
know you're
does
not in a
do-
bag.
Bo does give the Snickers they found to Vanessa as like a here, sugar
In
helps.
fact, you two cover her up. We gotta hide her. So if you guys could like
I've not
roll
had
on,
an easy life, but that I guess really applies to most everyone here. So
yeah. So if they could like TP with their bodies over her so that she is covered by the bag, therefore nobody else even thinks to look to anybody who looks in the bed of the truck just sees, oh, they got bodies, and hopefully doesn't see her because might be important. Never know. Don't have any electronic surveillance. Could have drones. Could have a particularly tall individual walking down the street that we drive by.
Question: do we cover with our own bodies or the other bodies?
With your own bodies in the bag. So like form a tent over her, Omega.
Affirmative.
It's just like a sleeping bag. It's just like a sleeping bag. It's just like a sleeping bag that smells like bile and a little bit of blood. That's fine.
Look at it this way. It is an eternal sleeping bag.
I'm gonna slap you so hard, man. Get out of this.
I also detect the mild aroma of feces.
Just please be quiet. Don't.
I just imagine Vanessa sitting there and Omega his face through the bat is on the other side of the bag. They're like right next to each other, and he's just giving her all the stuff he's detecting. Every single thing he hears, he's like, I hear the chirping of birds. I think this is a local indigenous, and he starts
With an incredibly blank and straight face. Just emotion is a myth with this guy.
exactly.
Please cease your status reports. Need it right now.
You think that hiding in a body bag is bad until you have to hide in the used body bag.
Yes.
All right. So now we got to drive down this road. Down the woods, go down the road. You drive past the little police station, and it's really just big enough for like a. So you notice that it's the only way over the lake, the only road in this area from is over this bridge. So yeah, it makes a really good choke point, one direction or another. There is you get just a glimpse of the little police station has a couple of squad cars, a couple of speedboats and jet skis, just sort of in the docks right up in front of the police station. So they're equipped for a couple things. There are boats there's a boat that's patrolling. Let me know if that persists, Peck. All right, so okay. So in any case, there does appear to be one boat that's sort of patrolling the waters of the lake, or near the fingers of the lake into this community. You reach the Augusta Lawn Care, and in front of there's a black woman in her 30s berating a 20-something, like an early 20s white man over the current state of the business. You know, this is supposed to be a lawn care business, Bailey. Do you think anyone is going to want to hire a lawn care service with a front lawn that looks like this? And she waves at the crooked lines of mowed grass and the multiple patches where the grass is longer than the rest of the lawn. At least try to keep up appearances. And then she notices your truck come pulling up, but you know, she figures you're probably just more of the same folks that work here, at least at first.
Excellent.
I'll kind of duck my head down
Okay.
so that they don't see.
I won't duck my head down at all, because ducking head down is suspicious.
Well,
I mean, another advantage that you have is that Corvallis is not all of your progenitors, and they don't recognize you. They don't know you. So you do have an element of surprise there that you wouldn't have had if, you know, these people have been pursuing you for years.
Yeah. In case, this is our location. We wanted to sneak in, right? Do you think we can sneak in from here, or do you want to go in Winds Blazing at this point, Ray?
let's get out of view of these people and park somewhere behind the building.
Yeah. There's a parking lot around the back.
Okay, in which case we'll move to the parking lot.
All right. The inside just looks like sort of a place of business. I mean, there's sort of a little reception desk, a door that goes to the back, a receptionist, like, welcome. Can I help you, folks? Says a woman who has a name tag on there of, excuse me, it's actually a man named David.
Man named David.
Yep, here's the receptionist.
Hello, David.
Ray's just going to be crossing her arms and like kind of vibrating with hate. So she's not going to talk.
Hello, David. And he'll just sort of wave very awkwardly.
So, folks, do you need some lawn care service? Are you just kind of looking at need some brochures, other literature?
If you could give us a brochure, that'd be wonderful. Though if you don't mind, we'd like to see the back.
The back?
Yeah, the back.
Oh, it's just chemicals back there.
Exactly. We need to know what you're gonna put in our lawns. If it's something that's hazardous to the environment, well,
Oh well, it's biodegradable-ish.
Biodegradable-ish poison?
I mean, you have to kill the weeds.
Indeed, you do.
If you
But
kill
we
them
need to make
dead,
sure.
kill them all.
Indeed, you do have to kill all of the weeds dead.
At that moment, someone who looks like they're wearing he looks like he's wearing some kind of a lab coat, sort of the white thing. Hey, David, could you pop in for just a moment and update the last entry I made? I fucked it up, and I need someone to edit it. Like, I don't have access to it. It's just you and Peter.
It's
Okay,
top-notch
you-
security you got here.
What? Security?
Well, don't only have access. You
Oh,
restrict access.
oh yeah, it's data security is very important to us. We will definitely protect your private information. And then he starts rummaging around underneath the desk looking for something, and it takes him a good 90 seconds, 120 seconds to finally produce a brochure from last year.
Okay. While he is doing that, can I try to read his surface thoughts and see if he's, looking for the silent alarm button?
Okay.
Because I don't necessarily trust that he's not trying to just hit the silent alarm right now. And if if he's like, where the fuck is that button? I'm like, we're made.
Yep. He doesn't seem to be looking for a button. He is legit looking for the for this brochure. Is like, I know that they've got to have them. Every business has got to have them. Just gotta stay calm. Stay calm. Don't know who these people are. Don't want to raise a fuss.
Okay.
Omega, you have your
into
finger
all-
raised.
Yes, I was just waiting for the appropriate moment to ask some questions. Does their computer, I'm assuming it's like, am I able to reach the back of their computer, which I'm presuming would have some USB ports?
Sure.
Well, I was curious whilst this is going on, this bit distracted, if I could use my integrate technology variant and try and see discreetly, see what I can find information wise.
Okay. Well, it looks like the display currently has some sort of like database entry in it, set up so that you can, it's talking about a bunch about samples and the number of samples. You get a sense that they're taking some kind of inventory, and they're keeping track or tabs on how many things are produced, how many things are shipped, how many things are still in warehouse. It does not look like a lawn care business sort of thing.
So does this seem all fairly normal or regular, or?
Well, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they're talking about lawn care business. It seems like they're tracking something else. It's a compound of some kind, but it isn't clear what that compound is.
Sure. I guess he would just keep looking until he would find something, unless he's either stopped or he will just find something more tangible to use as a bit of leverage.
Question.
Stop.
Yes.
Gremlin Brain has had an idea. Is that scientist still in the room?
He is not. He is, but he's waiting for Peter to finish whatever the heck he's doing so that he can edit whatever is on the screen that he needs to be edited.
Bo wants to kind of like approach them and leverage their like own scientific knowledge to kind of gauge out, like, is this person like knowingly on this and is trying to like pretend it's something that's not, or are they just like, oh yeah, I think we're just doing sample shit. Like, can they trip them up and catch them in a lie, or does this person genuinely believe that they're working at lawn care?
Go ahead and give me a wits plus empathy. If you have science, I'll let you substitute that.
I do have science. I also have a specialty in botany. Would that apply?
It wouldn't not apply, I think, in this case.
All right, wits and science. Don't worry, guys. I've got this.
I believe in you.
I just gotta click the right thing. Damn it, that's one success.
You got this.
I totally got this. Just one success on that.
Okay. He clearly is an actual tech. It's really hard to tell from just this casual interaction without letting on what you're looking for, that whether he is in on it or whether he just thinks that he's producing some chemical that has a more broad use.
But he definitely is producing a chemical for a reason, regardless
Yes.
whether it's legitimate or not.
Correct.
This sounds like y'all are working on something pretty big here.
We're just a lawn care business, Peter insists.
At this point, Omega will just all interrupt and basically, in a very anal way, saying they're incorrect and just regurgitate everything that he found, word for word.
Don't forget, you guys have these.
Sorry.
I said you do have these chips that you can use if you need to. Like you're producing a bunch of them, but others you are able to use them for things. I mean, you can spend your willpower to get your 3 dice if you need them for things. You can use these to replenish some of that willpower as needed. So, just a reminder. Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna trip some alarms, and Peter just backs up, and Clyde just scrambles through the back door.
I don't let him. I'm pulling his. I pull his ass.
All right.
Back towards us.
You have your hand up, Ray. What are you looking at? You got.
I want to punch one of them straight in the nose.
Which one? The lab tech or the receptionist?
Lab tech.
Lab tech.
The
All right.
receptionist, the one that's staring back. Punch him right out.
Okay, because there's one that's scrambling for the back door again. But okay,
I'll grab him.
You'll grab him. Okay. All right. So both of you make me your strength plus brawl, and we're going to subtract 2 for defense. These guys are not super fast, but
my intention was to use my telekinesis.
Oh, even better.
Yes.
Can I use fast striking for an extra dice?
Yeah, that's fine.
Only 4
would like-
successes.
I would like to make my scar resistance roll because Omega remembered his instructions not to kill the scientists.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
remind me what I have to roll for that.
Your scar resistance is going to be, let's see it's tied to mental or is it social for you? Hold on. Okay, let me look at your summary real quick.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. That'll give him a good bloody nose.
Is it enough to knock him out though? Can I do a reroll thing?
A reroll. It isn't a reroll. It just allows you to. I mean, you certainly give him a good punch. I mean, that's not going to be enough to knock him out in one go if it's just a bashing damage punch.
Okay.
Right. Omega, it's 3 dice to avoid escalating a situation.
Okie doke.
Got this.
Mhm.
How many successes am I looking for?
Just 1.
I don't have any.
Well, that's kind of a problem. All right, so violence trigger is activated. Okay, so Chuck, you are not letting Clyde go back to the back room because telekinesis kind of wins that fight. Ray, you've punched this poor receptionist in the face, and he's just sort of clutching his nose in pain and kind of shouting in agony. And you hear some voices in the back that sound a little concerned. What are we doing?
I
Did
guess
Omega
I'm going to
go?
restrain the guy and tell him to shut up.
Okay. I don't think you even need to roll for this, given your capacities and his
Toss him under the
incapacities.
desk and be like, shut the fuck up.
He blubbers a bit, but he at least stops screaming for help.
No.
All
Are you
right.
saying that to the receptionist or the people who are concerned?
The receptionist, so that they, because he's like causing a fuss, so I'm going to shut
Okay.
him up.
Can Bo steal one of their lab coats?
You could try. I mean, it's not difficult to get him off once he's no longer telekinetically held.
Oh, right.
The problem you have right now is he's
I'm not gonna just let go of him right now
yeah.
because he's gonna try to run. So
Can you blame him?
yeah,
What's
Not
your
at all.
next step for that?
I could dismember him and then you could have the code.
Mm.
Or you could undress the coat from him. I mean, just saying.
But that's hard. Ripping people apart is easy. Taking a coat off, that takes finesse.
Hmm.
So he's just kind of floating there.
Yeah.
Just Darth Vader force choke. Just
Hey Vanessa, why don't we go check the back out for ourselves?
Sure. I think
Vanessa, you're picking up a cell phone connection from the back room. I don't know what's going on, but there's some people in here and they just punched Peter.
they found us out. Someone is calling for help.
I'll look around for some cameras.
So
How
I
would they
can
know that?
hear it from someone's cell phone.
Okay.
It's funny because there used to be camera mounts in this reception area, but there are not right now. They took the cameras off. They took out the cameras.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should we try to make a scene that makes it seem that nothing is wrong?
No.
looks at man floating in the air. Looks at man cowering under desk. I don't think we could physically do that at this point.
What do you mean you don't have the right wacka weed in stock? That is absurd.
Yes, man floating in air. How dare you? We came to procure this particular pesticide of some variety.
You telling me this herbicide is not gluten-free?
All right. You hear an audible click as someone locks the door between reception and the back room from the inside, and you hear a jingle the jingle of a bell as the door opens behind you.
Can I try to kick down the door that he just locked?
Yes. Give me.
I have a thing for that demolisher.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay. It's like strength plus brawl, and then you subtract out you like ignore some of the structure, as I recall.
So it's a strength plus brawl roll.
Yeah, we could do that. You have a solid score there, and that seems applicable.
So no extra dice for demolisher.
Yeah,
It ignores.
It just ignores
the
structure, so it does more damage because it basically ignores the armor.
Yeah.
One success. I'm rolling like
Okay.
shit today.
That happens.
The dice gods betray us all the time.
Yeah.
They do. All right. You give it a good kick, and it buckles a little bit, but isn't open quite yet. It looks like they did actually replace this specific door with something a little heavier than was in the original building. The two let's just start calling them PMCs, private military contractors, that were in front of the lawn care place earlier are now in the building. They only have pistols at the moment because they were trying to keep up appearances looking like they were part of the lawn care business. But they come in and they're clearly looking to see what the fuss is.
And we have someone doing Cirque du Soleil in the air. So I don't think we can exactly talk our way out of that unless, Chuck, you are really good at that I didn't know of.
Now, I can talk my way out of anything. Watch. I'll use this I will, but you have to start from a strong position. I proceed to throw the person at them.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and roll me your scar finesse?
Right? I'm not gonna let go of this guy though. I'm wielding him. That's a 10.
You're wielding him.
A telekinetic flail.
Yeah, exactly. I am wielding this man.
If he wasn't flailing before, he's flailing now.
Yep, so that's what's that, 10? So that is 5 successes.
Holy yikes. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm
managed to-
rolling really good on
Yeet.
You
this.
managed to knock both of them off their feet with your yeah,
So
the lab tech.
my wielded man, and I'm going to, and if I can, I will use him to pin them to the ground.
Okay, Omega,
Having
you have a
failed my
problem with these sort of things, don't you?
yes, I was going to say, failing this Scar resistance roll, I now feel the desire to kill. And the thing that's closest to me, I believe, is that receptionist who's just been decked.
Oh, no.
So I'm trying to think what's the best course of action here. With all things considered. How big is the space around us? Is it like a small little reception area, or is it quite spacious?
There's enough space from the front to the back to have a couple chairs in there. I would say maybe it's good. I'd say like maybe 5 or 6 yards between the front desk and the front door.
Right. So not a huge amount of space to wield my blades, I guess. In that case, I think in an almost primitive state, he would start climbing over the receptionist and smacking the head against the ground or the wall, whatever is closest.
Yeah, I
repeatedly.
don't think under the circumstances a roll is really required. You can mess this guy up to your heart's content.
Okay.
Ray, are you going to give another kick to the door?
Yeah, this time can I use like my electric powers to give it an extra boost?
I don't know that you have anything specific to that.
Oh.
Our only weakness, doors.
Doors and cars.
Well, you have your punching stuff. Yeah, you can activate your lash. Use it that way because it can be used as it ignores armor.
Okay.
It does more damage. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. It
She's
is
probably pretty emotional right now too. So
yes, indeed it is. Activating that is 4 die. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. Where's your pool for this?
and Demolisher, I guess.
It's 6 to activate it without the stimulus. Although I don't know, it's arguable whether you have fight or flight. I guess fight is probably reasonable under the circumstances. So
Yeah.
you would lose your speed unless you successfully activate that, but then you would have the punching.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
How many dice am I rolling?
It is. I'm gonna just go ahead and add the lethal damage thing. So add 3 more dice.
Yay. 6,
Yay!
7, 8, 9.
Remember, you all have willpower you can spend too. So
That is correct.
it is correct.
We might be spending
One
some
shot.
of the second.
2,
Huh?
3, 4,
We might be spending some of the second because
6. 6 successes.
Okay. You punch the door and it flies off its hinges.
Excellent.
The deadbolt rips part of the wall out. And you see 3 more lab techs and looks like some sort of head of something hiding behind various tables and laboratory equipment in this room. I don't want to say that it looks like a cross between a little brewery and a meth lab, but it kind of has that vibe. Like they're mass producing some kind of chemical but it requires a lot of steps and weird stuff to make.
I'll yell at them and be like, get the fuck out of here. Right now. Leave.
All right. The lab techs don't really have anywhere to go. They just, oh, you're letting them through the front?
Yeah, I'm telling them to get out so I don't have to kill them.
Okay, they're going to flee. The other one, though, takes out what looks like a little perfume sprayer and mists himself. Give me a. Where's it?
I thought the scientists were good people. Trying to give them a chance.
They are good people.
It's the head that you're worried about right now.
Yeah.
Give me a scar resistance using your stamina. So that's going to be 2 dice as he says, "You don't want to hurt us."
Roll 2 dice.
Yes, roll 2 dice as a scar resistance roll. There's a strange. You got 1. Okay.
Okay, wait. I got a 10 though, so can I reroll?
Yeah, you can reroll. That's fine. But it's not particularly relevant here. You get, for a moment, you want to obey him, but you manage to shake it off. There's a scent in the air that it's really hard to describe. That is messing with your head. Whatever he just sprayed on himself is messing with your head and making you want to obey.
One last warning. Get out. I don't want to hurt you.
He puts down the perfume bottle, a perfume sprayer, and walks out like, I'm not going to hurt anybody. And then as he gets close, everyone else is starting to smell this weird scent as well, as it's wafting off of him.
Okay.
Bo's gonna ready their lash.
You don't want to hurt me. Everyone roll your stamina.
Oh boy.
That's not the best thing in the world.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
2
So,
dice.
so remind me, how does willpower work again?
You
Regarding rolls.
you add 3 dice to a roll.
Am I allowed to do that again?
Yeah.
Or have I already rolled? Or
If you're just rolling for the resistance to this compound, I mean, you don't roll after you've failed or succeeded. You decide before.
right? Okay.
Damn it.
got
I should have
one
asked that
success.
before I rolled. Yeah, no successes.
0.
Okay. Because I'm not your enemy. They're your enemy, and he's pointing at all of you collectively.
Yeah.
All right. So for the next very little bit of time, because in combat it doesn't last very long. Those of you who got 0 successes are regarding the others as enemies to destroy.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I try to? Oh no. Oh no.
So just to confirm, who got 0 successes, just so I get it clear, I did.
It's you and Bo.
Okay.
Everyone else succeeded. So they have the advantage of numbers barely, but yeah, we already know that you can't control yourself. So,
But he is in the act of murdering somebody right now.
he is in the act of murdering someone right now.
So let us hope he continues to do that before he moves on to next target.
All right, shall we initiative?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I don't even have to roll initiative. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I kind of will anyway.
So it's 1 + 5.
Oh yes.
6. So
I got
that is-
14.
14.
I got 13.
7.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Ray, 14. Bo, 13. 12. 11.
I got a
10.
15.
You had 15. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Probably, probably important.
Yeah.
I also got a 15.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
I got
Doubly important.
I got 7.
Thank goodness.
After,
I do not like that laugh in this context.
it's important that you only got a 7 this time. And I'll let the scientist go last. He's not actually getting involved with this directly. All right. Vanessa. Omega and Bo have a very worrying look in their eye, which from Omega is really impressive.
Does
Lindsay?
not make me very happy. So I'm assuming that based on what I've seen, it's gotta be the dude. So I'm gonna have to like slap him. The question is though, if I activate my my lash weapon, will I show my conspicuous appearance?
Yes and no. It'll just make I forgot to write down the daggone flavor that I put on this because I put it in another document. When your lash activates, it's basically tentacles come out of your nose, your nostrils, and your ears, and like beat up things. So it doesn't quite reveal itself. Now the one that pulls out conspicuous appearance, your sacred flesh, the camouflage effect, that one causes your skull to open up and reveal the true form. But
Whoa.
your the lash by itself does not.
All right, so I'm gonna slap him with my tentacle.
Oh, right.
You just challenged him to a duel. That's not good.
Which one of us is she slapping?
Yeah, I was just
One of these is a better option than the other.
I'm gonna slap the scientist. I'm very upset with him because he's messing with my friends, and that is not cool. So I'm gonna slap him.
His defense is 2.
His defense is 2. Okay.
Yeah. So just your this is a strength plus weaponry minus the 2.
Hmm.
So
Am I gonna like poison him like automatically?
yep. 6, 7 because you have a specialty, so you have 7 dice minus 2, so 5. 5 dice to attack him.
Hmm.
Reminder that willpower can add 3 dice.
That's true. Yes.
If you want to do that now.
So I got like 3 successes from that.
Okay. And then the that small for some reason. Okay, so just all right. So you do 3 lethal damage and impose the poison tilt. So he like has like burn marks, not like chemical burn marks on his face where you've slapped him, mind flayer style. He wasn't in a hurry to get out of here before. He's in a hurry to get out of here now. All right, Chuck.
Are Bo and Omega within 10 feet of each other?
10 feet? Yeah, sure.
Cool. Well, we're going to put them in timeout. Going to use my telekinesis to put a bubble around them, force field around them, so they can't hurt anybody else.
Okay.
And just timeout for you two.
All right.
And then now we can focus on Mr. Scientist Man.
All right, Ray.
Do I look at Chuck and he's still kind of out of it? Or
Chuck?
is he okay? Did he
Chuck's-
succeed?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not quite sure. Oh, yeah. It's just Omega and Bo seem to be the ones that are affected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Very-
let that go because I don't want this thing to be a game of Mafia for the first round of combat.
Nah, just keep everybody else safe. Just
Okay, so not sure what to do if they're in a force field. I'm gonna
murder
try...
the scientist.
Well, he's whatever.
He's not. He's literally making them attack us.
And
Well-
then slapped him, finish him off.
Would it help to like kind of turn a fan on or something to get the pheromones out?
It's you don't know where the controls are offhand.
Okay.
No. You could probably find a fan of some kind. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I want to like do some parkour up to the upper level and turn on the fan.
Okay. All right. The scientist is coward and is out of combat. The PMCs are out of combat. The techs have all left except for the one that is still being grappled. But eventually the odor clears out enough that you can get your heads back on. Yeah, that was a thing. So maybe this next generation drug isn't just one that makes better deviants. Maybe it's one that controls deviants.
Yeah,
That would
that's terrifying.
Is Omega still beating the shit out of that one scientist?
He's going to resume that, I imagine, right? or
I mean,
are you
if,
gonna?
if the scientist
you
is
be
not
stopped?
dead, then yes.
Well, it's not the scientist. It's the you were beating up the
receptionist, Pete, the receptionist.
Scientist is
yeah.
alive but injured, and you've cleared out what made it dangerous.
Okay.
Bo's gonna. Are they still in the force field?
Yes, for now.
Damn it. Wait, if they're in the force field, does that mean the pheromones are bubbled in there with them?
It lets you breathe. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
You're good.
Am I
It lets you
back?
breathe.
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
had a tech web hiccup. Okay.
Now that they can think clearly, Bo's gonna like put a hand on Omega, just like change target and like try to get him to face the scientist because like receptionists at worst negligent, scientists that just fucked with their heads. Punishment. Like
And
change target.
I'm assuming that whole pulling and being literally maneuvered in the right direction is enough to break out of the state of being, I guess.
Yeah, you're fine now. So
Cool.
So the scientist is still there, kind of cowered in the corner.
Coward on the floor. They're not really
Okay.
in the corner to go. The receptionist needs a hospital, quite honestly.
No, he doesn't, because I got a thing that'll do in a minute. We're gonna do something so fucking gross. But I will wait.
One of us literally just grew tentacles out of their nose. I shudder to think of what you're going to do.
It's not gross. It's natural. Okay.
It's natural. It occurs in nature.
Can I grab the scientist by like the scruff of the neck and tell him you're gonna lead us to the back, or you're gonna get what's coming to you. I don't know.
This is so you just want to what's your angle here?
I want him to lead us to the back to where all the chemicals are.
No, he's asking you what's your angle?
Oh,
Who do you work for?
George,
that's for me to know and you to find out. Do as I say.
Preferably they don't find out, but you know.
Well, you kick the door off. There's not like anything I can do to stop you.
That's right.
So if you're just gonna burn the place down or something, I'm gonna leave if that's okay.
No, stay. We want the tour. So
She'll like
why
shove him
leave?
against the wall and be like, suit yourself.
this is just so I'm clear and I'm not about to go crazy. This is the one that was messing with everybody's heads, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he chose to be a combatant. He dies.
Omega will see that as an instruction to go.
I regret no decisions.
Oh dear.
I feel like the fact this game does not have a humanity tracker was a purposeful choice.
Yeah.
It was.
So yeah,
Instability. How much you're not killing someone. I mean, that's
yeah,
not quite true, but yeah.
Omega will see that as an instruction, and he will attempt to behead the scientist with his lash.
Okay. Is anyone going to stop Omega from Omegaing this guy?
We're trying to figure out more on like what they're doing, what they're making.
Ray kind of like wipes her hands of it. She doesn't care. She
Oh,
tried
hold
to
on.
warn him multiple times.
Hold
I
on,
was just
Vanessa.
kind of like putting the scientists like bringing them up to him. They're gonna do something in a minute while this is going on, but I'll wait.
She'll say, "You can be useful or you can be dead. I don't care."
Okay, I missed that. Is someone saving the scientist, or are we just letting the scientist die?
No, she's
Okay.
just like, whatever.
Okay.
Let Omega do his thing.
All right. Well, the good news is it's a laboratory, so there's plenty of sources of heat. So if all you want to do is burn the place down, you can totally burn the place down.
Okay, let's go.
I would like to activate a thing.
I'm going to give everyone one other thing before we act. What are you activating first, and then I'll do my thing real quick.
Bo is gonna, because this guy obviously is fucked up. They're gonna activate their healer variation.
Okay.
And just a note, it does have the aura deviation.
Okay. So you're going to heal everyone's bashing damage in the area, which would include I guess the tech at this point probably rolled over into lethal, or not the tech, but the receptionist.
It's
That
at
was rolled up.
magnitude 3, so it does heal lethal equal to scar power.
Oh, I thought it was only the effect. Let me check something quick. 1, 2, 3. But the aura makes it cost the deviation. So it basically becomes a 2 + 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, brain. All right.
I mean, if you want to scrap the aura and just heal people one at a time, that's probably fine. I mean, it isn't like D&D where you use it and it's done. When you use a variation, you activate it for the scene, and you can use it within the limits of the power as much as you need to during the scene. It only works on each person once per day, but it can. If you have time to go one at a time, you can do one at a time.
As fun as it is, plus the flavor text is what I need, but everyone else can do their thing first before that kicks off.
Okay. The thing I'm going to do is give me a wits plus, or let's call it wits plus science.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Science.
You're
No,
all
I don't
wandering
have-
around in this.
I don't have any dots in science, so do I then remove
3 dice. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not going to even get there, but
Could I spend some of that willpower and get those 3 dice that I've just lost back?
if it gets you up to above 0.
Yes, because I had 4 wits, take 3, which is 1, and I would much prefer to roll with 4 rather than 1.
Or rather 1.
I got 4 successes.
All right.
I've
3
got
successes.
I still got 1 success.
It feels very out of character for my character. It has so
Roll-
far not been very
Okay.
bright.
I've rolled 6 dice and got 1 success.
Okay.
I got
And
2.
Ray? 2. Okay. Between the 5 of you, you recognize that the compound that they're producing in this facility is the much more standard divergence juice, as the Discord is fond of calling it. It's intended to help make it easier to cause divergence. It's different from the chemical that he used to take over your brains. So there must be something else, or a supply of this elsewhere. It's not in this building.
Okay. Okay.
However, you get a little bit, there's some notes around and about, and you have a sense from just a casual glance at it that there's a camp of some kind to the east. All of that area that's off past the police station is some kind of camp for experimentation.
Okay. Can Omega do anything with the computers back here that are presumably not necessarily networked to the one the receptionist had? And down
All of them, the only ones who could activate could access, like the techs could enter data, but they couldn't read data and they couldn't edit data. And you're in a similar situation. You can see, you can enter something if you wanted to, but you aren't going to be able to edit it without a variation or getting a hold of someone who has password for that level of network access.
We know someone who has that level of network access. The receptionist, the lab guy came out and said that receptionist did. The receptionist that was just healed.
Yeah, you're right.
Who is also, if it's kicked off, anyone in range is now covered in a fine bloody mist for that healing, by the way, because that's how it works. Very, very Carrie-esque.
So when we all leave this place, we're just going to be coated in a nice glossy sheen of blood.
Yeah,
Perfectly
it's like
natural.
It's like you went to the car wash if the car wash was ran by Dracula.
Dracula's car wash.
I'd go
Bo
there.
looks very uncomfortable. And also as if they've lost willpowers.
Well, let's interrogate the guy who had access.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for it because I want to get to other stuff yet before this ends. He will be able to get you access to more information. And you are able to confirm that whatever they're synthesizing, they're experimenting on in, you know, that the place that says airbrushing, beauty spray tanning. Whatever is happening in a clinic there, and is being directed by the head scientist for this facility. And what they're doing is they're basically taking people who've had some sort of injury that has taken them out, whether it's like a basketball player who's just had a career-ending injury, or someone who's been in an accident and has suffered like a permanent damage, all sorts. And they're basically like offering them special experimental steroid treatments that are going to maybe give them use of those full use of their bodies again. They're not hitting up every single person with Divergent's drug. They're just hitting them up whenever they need another experimental subject. So there's experimental subjects and there's experimental subjects. The camp is just sort of the holding pen for when they need an experimental test subject to test what they call the control compound on them.
Got it. Which case, load up in the truck. Let's go over there.
But we'll take a second to like check the receptionist out. I suggest if you got a vehicle, get the fuck out of Dodge and not looking back.
Also, break his phone.
We also not set the lab on fire before we go, or at least thrash it a bit.
Oh yeah, we can totally destroy all the equipment inside at least. Fire might be a bit too much there, but we destroy all the equipment on the inside. We can head over there, hopefully not leave too much. Unfortunately, we left survivors who got away. So it's up to you guys. Or we can let the dice decide, do we set it on fire or just thrash it?
I think we got phosphate tablets here.
You and your gosh darn vitamins again.
Listen. You want me to be able to last more than 3 seconds in a fight? I need them little tablets. I mean, I could maybe think about making them here, but not
That would
campus.
that would take time. You receptionist man, is there phosphate tablets here? Tell us or you die.
I don't know. Maybe one of the houses has some.
That's not helpful.
Okay, hold up. Since you're leaving, do you have a place here that would have them in it?
You just
I don't take phosphate tablets.
Jesus, Mary Joseph. All right, just get in your car, get the fuck out of here. Don't look back, and just know you are working for the wrong fucking people. We got it.
He nods and leaves.
Before he does, they shout out to him. Maybe you should have done a little bit more looking into who you were working for first.
did you break his phone?
Yes, I broke his phone.
Okay, cool.
I broke his phone, right? Yeah.
Good times.
All right, off to destruction.
Off to destruction. We're back in the truck. Are we body bagging up again, or are we gonna leave the body bags alone?
We should
Can we burn the place to the ground like Ray wants to do before we go?
Omega
I
at
don't-
this
I'm-
point will just be like going around with his lashes and very almost routinely down, just like going around the perimeter, just like slashing and just knocking things over and just breaking.
Disrespect your surroundings. Yeah.
Yeah. I will
I-
let loose some tentacles to help out with the destruction. But
Yeah.
we said that fire might alert them, so
Who's
uh,
stealing chemicals? Just like anything that looks like they can safely carry, it's just like yoink, yoink.
Hey, they actually still have some leftover weed killer in
That gets
on a
immediately
shelf.
thrown. Like it's as if it's like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Like
careful
against the
with
wall.
that.
Ray will do some lashing wherever she sees.
Okay. So you
Just
wreck the place,
fucking wreck it,
really good
yeah.
and proper, and heading over to the camp.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You did
I'm
let a couple.
refusing to get in a body bag.
Yep, you
No.
did let a couple people go, but they
Yep.
don't get a chance to get to a phone before you are past the police station and on the other side there, on the way to the airbrushing, beauty spray tanning, the clinic. Just start calling it the clinic.
I
Cool.
always hated spray tans.
I know. It's such a pathetic thing to do.
You've had one, haven't you?
No. I enjoy being pale.
Is there a role that I can do just to tell whether he's lying or not?
Wits plus empathy.
Where is empathy on the thing? So okay, so 3. That is a 1 success.
I don't know whether he's lying or whether they're lying. so-
I ain't lying. Until
Oh,
a
you're not
couple-
lying. Okay,
Until a couple years ago, I spent my entire life in a room.
it's true.
One room.
Test tube of spray tan solution.
All right. So you reach the clinic, and it is, I don't know that cheerful is the word for it, but it, as you were driving through here, there were numerous people who fit the description that I was giving. One person in a wheelchair, others on crutches, somebody who looks like a basketball player that has like a knee brace, and so on. The clinic is kind of like every other building in this area. It's not like heavily armed or secure. It's just a clinic on the exterior. How are you approaching this?
Drive right up. Why not? I'm operating under the assumption right now that we've already been had to a degree.
Mm,
So at this point, any stealth is probably optional at best, since we let several of those scientists get away. I know you said they didn't, but I am operating under the assumption that they've alerted them. So drive right up, get out, walk around a bit, wait for people to start shooting at us. If they don't, let's walk on in.
As you get relatively close to the clinic, just as you pull up, another truck pulls up. 2 more trucks pull up, and 2 more private military contractors pile out of each one of them. These are ready to go. Shall we initiative one more time?
Yay!
Ride or die.
15.
Go.
16.
Too many Christmas people.
You're Gandhi, Omega. You are just a war machine, aren't you?
All right. Does anyone
14.
beat 16? Ray, I know you have a huge initiative bonus too.
I got 14.
Okay.
What's my bonus though? I don't understand.
You have well, I guess it's not. You'd have to activate it. Your enhanced speed is reflexive though, so you can activate it when you need it on a successful roll, and it gives you a +3 to initiative. Straight up.
I'll stick with strength for this one.
Okay.
I can only use one or the other, right?
You can use both, but you have to roll for. You actually have to activate the other one manually, which requires a roll. For you, that roll is 6 dice.
All right. Well, I might activate the speed then and do
Okay.
3 more. So 9, 10. And then it's 3 more dice.
No, just 3. That's just a +3 bonus.
Oh, 14. 17 then.
17. Okay. All right. So 16, 15. I thought I heard a 15. 14.
Yeah, maybe.
Chuck 14. Okay.
Chuck was 15. Sorry, I
Yeah,
believe.
I'm the 15.
Oh, 15. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm the 15.
14. 13.
Uh,
Oh, 13.
no, Bo's 14.
Oh, 14.
I forget there's might be a little delay on my camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think about latency until I have to try to do a sing along with people, and it's a disaster. Okay. 12. Did I get everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm missing one person. I'm missing Vanessa.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay.
I'm stumbling out of the car.
Don't worry. That means you go first next round.
Goons.
Assuming the
Yay.
goons didn't roll lower than you.
No,
Which
they
is-
did not.
Okay.
All
That
right.
means you're effectively first for next round though.
Ray.
I'm going to just rush over to the guys with guns and try to take one of the guns from him.
Okay. All right. Are you just doing brawl, or are you using lash? Because you have lash active, probably.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just I'll take it and then I'll like punch him in the face with it.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the strength plus brawl. Would you? Oh, I'm not looking at that person. That's why. Like, I know you have brawl. Bo less so.
Bo is a person that's best left at range.
1 success.
1 success. Okay. So you managed to snatch the assault rifle out of his hands. It'll take a separate action to beat him with it.
Oh, okay.
Omega.
That works.
Omega would like to activate flight, which for him are those aforementioned jet thrusters that would horribly morph and twist like Akira style from his hands and feet.
Fun.
Yum. To essentially sort of kind of like an arc towards one of these, probably the same vehicle the Ray is on, and just headbutt somebody.
Okay.
So fly, land, and
All right. Go ahead and brawl. Headbutts literally on your. Okay. It's your specialty. So yeah. Subtract 2 for defense.
Mm-hmm. So what was that say? Brawl and
Strength.
okay, so just
And I'll give you a +2 weapon bonus for the fact that you're flying toward them.
right.
Seems appropriate.
Okay, so that's trying to do the math here. That's 4. Take 1 away because it's 2 for the defense, and then you're adding
2 for the flight element of that.
lost the dice.
So 4. You're back to where you started.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
That is 4 successes.
Okay. That will lay him out. pretty good. His buddy's gonna be doing other things, but you got him good. Chuck.
Yes. So we are. What's the biggest group of people? I'm
There's
gonna put-
two pairs, but Ray is in one batch and Omega is in the other, as I recall. Am I correct in that, or did you go to the same pair
I
as
went
Ray did?
I went to the same one.
Same pair. Okay, so
Okay.
there's two others.
I'm gonna put them in timeout now.
Put them in timeout. Okay, so you put
So-
two more in timeout.
So force field around them. They need armor penetration to be able to shoot through it, basically.
Okay.
So now we can focus these two within those two. Divide and
Alright.
conquer.
Someone steps out of the clinic and her hands are on fire. Like there's fire coming out of her hands.
Hmm.
And
Is this a, oh my god, my hands are on fire, help? Or is this a, yeah, my hands are on fire, y'all are fucked kind of thing?
my hands are on fire, you're all fucked kind of thing.
Things are beginning to heat up a little.
Yeah. Someone is particularly worried about this in this group. So
I was like, oh.
let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Someone is making everyone freeze and is probably going to be the first target. Okay. What is your defense, Chuck?
My defense is sitting at. Recalculate defense. Lower twin dex. What's athletic? So my defense is sitting at 3 plus 3.
3. Okay. All right. A bolt of fire lances past you and hits you in the arm. It does would normally do 3 lethal damage because it's very, very hot, but not enormous. But because of who you are, doubles that and does aggravated damage. So that's 6 ag.
Hey guys, I'm almost dead.
Bane.
Hey guys,
Mag
I'm
5 Bane are not fun.
hey guys. This is literally my only weakness.
Fire?
Fire.
I'm the plant person, you're the one weak to fire.
Yeah. No, I was.
Oh.
Bo is gonna activate their lash
Mhm.
while also trying to get this person's attention, much in the vein of like, hey, fuckhead, look at me, woo, like kind of that, hey,
Okay.
that you can't hit me.
Yours is not automatic, right? It's a quick. Okay. All right, so your lash is active. And okay, so the goons, ones in timeout are going to not realize they're in timeout yet and open fire, but that shield is pretty hard to get through.
Those
One of
bullets
them,
ricochet.
okay, yeah, so not so good. The ones entangled with Omega and Ray are going to fight back, at least try to fight back. What's your defense, Ray?
My defense is 5.
Mine is also 5.
Yikes. All right. Omega, one of them, the one that you're engaged with manages, oh, okay, he's got laid out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just the
I'm
one.
about
Really.
to lay out the other one.
Yeah.
I think I have better initiative. than him.
Yeah, he tries to fight back as you took his gun. And that doesn't go very well.
Good.
Vanessa.
Finally, I'm done stumbling out of the car. All right. Fire last seems pretty dangerous, I would say.
Yes.
But am I able to engage in combat with her this turn or not?
You could probably charge and get a punch in if you're trying to get close.
Yeah. So that's what I'll try to do. Is to hit them with my tentacles.
All right. Defense is 2. So strength plus brawl. And you have a bonus because of your lash. Or strength plus weaponry here, I'm sure. Weaponry, yeah. Use vine whip.
Don't mind me.
Ah,
I got 2 successes.
okay. So you burn her butt good with your tentacles and envenom, and apply the poison. All right, Ray.
All right. We're gonna, punt the guy in the head and knock him out with his gun.
All right. Give us an attack.
Strength plus brawl.
Yeah, I'll give a brawl for that.
Ooh. So I got 2 10s, so I'm gonna roll 2 dice again. Two successes.
2 successes. Okay, that's enough to put him out of the combat.
All right, and then I'll move somewhere behind the truck that I'm in to get out of line of fire from that one deviant. Try to sneak up on her.
All right. Omega. You're muted.
Having headbutted the individual, the lashes are coming out, the bony alloy blades, and they're just going to go and try and drive them through the goon's stomach.
Okay. So you eviscerate the goon instead of dealing with the real threat.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Fires
turned him.
up.
Nobody turned him to face the real threat. So,
That's true. Chuck.
hey man, I'm fighting my. This is the worst matchup for me. I'm going to the safest place I can think of, as far away from this as possible, and possibly into the water nearby.
Jumping in the lake. I guess I can't remember the lake is quite that close, but
If it's not that close, I'm gonna get to cover.
there's a little retaining pond behind it.
I'm gonna get to cover at least. Is there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, you can scramble to cover.
Yeah, it's like this is the worst situation for me. Does that take an? Is there a defensive action? Or
I'll take it all into consideration. I'm not going to try to. This isn't a war game.
okay, in which case,
Plus, Vanessa just got done smacking him with tentacles, or smacking her with tentacles rather. So I think she gets to fire this turn. What's your defense? Vanessa, what's your defense?
He's muted.
Yeah. My defense is 5.
Good lord, people. Okay. She's pretty good at this still. Ooh.
No, wait, it's 4.
Okay, I'll get one more die. But... All right. You take 4 lethal damage from the fire.
How much health?
Ouch.
I might want to join you in that little pool. of
Everyone
water.
jump in the lake. Aquatic is
her
looking
one
really good
weakness.
right now. Yeah, fire deviant is poisoned. I'm probably mad about it. All right. Bo.
Bo just kind of looks at him and says, "Hey, I got a present for you." And they're going to use their lash. And their
All right.
lash is a ranged, piercing, soporific. Basically, they spit a thorn at her, covered
Okay.
in a drug.
And as I recall, piercing basically clears some of their defense a little bit.
Yeah, here I can.
I have
Hold
this
on.
written down. +0 lethal, optionally inflicts armor piercing 2. Okay, so it ignores a bunch of armor. All right, so roll to attack. Your defense is 2 because you don't have fire the gunshot effect. So
Alrighty. And am I using that Dex and Athletics roll pool for that one, or am I
Yep.
using?
yeah, you're using the pool that you set up for that. So
Yeah. Here we go. Please work. One success and 3 sevens sitting there taunting me. Sad.
Okay.
It's a needle pin.
That's literally what it is.
That was close.
all right, she's not looking too great at this point.
She's also drugged.
Yep, the drug is not a fun deal. I've imposed that on much more potent deviants, and it has shut combats down pretty hard. So Vanessa, are you gonna eat her
Yes.
brain? Wait, no.
I'm considering trying to strangle this person with my tentacles. It is turning it into a very violent scene, smelling like burnt squid, but I have to get past this person.
All right, so you can roll your attack again.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, it went better this time. I got 3 successes.
Okay, well, you have the ability to make your head open up and reveal your true form, and now she does too, as you crush her skull in your tentacles.
Hmm.
Deeply unpleasant.
Such a nonchalant reply.
Well, it is who I am, okay? This is a part of me.
Exposed brain matter.
Yep.
Hmm.
I mean, I mean, whatever floats your goat.
Whatever swims your octopus.
That too.
A squid.
Squid, octopus, they both taste good.
All right.
Just
So you're in front of the clinic and you have eliminated the immediate opposition.
So we go in, pull fire alarm, and set this bitch on fire.
You go in and there is a person you recognize from one of the documents that you were looking at earlier, Dr. Alton Page, who's in charge of this whole organization. He's like, oh, thank God. Can you get me out of here?
Well, he's clear.
I don't believe that for one moment. Telekinetic grip. I don't believe this for. I don't believe that's what's going on here for one moment. Telekinetic grip. We'll deal with her in a moment.
Freedom denied.
Freedom denied. All right.
You want me to roll?
You don't need to for this. No, it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna just grab her.
It's a him, but it's Dr. Alton Page. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna grab him, and then I'm gonna then burn the place to the ground. I'm gonna walk out with him, and casually, use telepathy to do things that
You, because of telepathy, that works to your advantage. He tries very hard to lie to you. Actually, some of it is tinged with the truth. He initially claims that he's a prisoner of Corvallis Chemicals, and they're holding his wife and children hostage to make him cooperate. But the actual truth is that his wife is the head of all of Corvallis, and he is not just making this drug. He is the drug, and he's been modifying his DNA to make it more effective. But the thing is it doesn't work when he uses it. Only works when other people use it because sacred flesh or something similar. It's actually something that kind of does the opposite of sacred flesh, which is imposes a scar on nearby deviants. In this case, subliminal conditioning. So yeah, he is right now. I mean, the thing is you learn through all of this that the chemical that they originally created that causes the divergence was initially synthesized from another deviant with similar abilities, but a transmissible form. And they have since perfected to the point where they don't need the deviant to generate it anymore. And they were basically going to do the same with his ability. Is they're working on, okay, first perfect it and then figure out how can we get it to synthesize outside of his body. They haven't gotten there yet. So sadly, if he's gone, the chemical compound cannot be reproduced.
Sounds like it's time to kill the goose that lays the golden egg.
Hold up.
What?
Does this
He's-
person like this? Like, are they agreeing to it, or are they just?
His wife is the person in charge.
And spousal abuse is still a thing.
Doesn't matter. He literally, he is another chain that needs to be broken.
Or a link to add to our chain. Think about it. If you're being locked up somewhere and use like a fucking udder for chemical for God knows how long, wouldn't you want some revenge too?
As he's
what?
saying this, I'm just standing there, and this guy's slowly like ripping apart.
Stop that.
Ray will like kind of put a hand around his neck and use like a whip or her thrash or whatever lightning powers to just crush his like trachea.
I kind of figured that it might not be a really long decision to make. Telepathy
After
kind of
hearing that,
simplified
she's like,
that considerably.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
was either Ray or Omega that was going to do that. So
Yeah, just slowly his body was coming apart, and then just put him out of his misery
Yes,
quickly.
What are you up to
So-
over there?
I'm kind of just leaving that guy to his fate and instead trying to rally anyone who's in the courtyard to like come with us if you're being held here against your will. Just trying to make
The
like people run.
The overall tenor of the camp population is confusion. They had no idea what they were being used for. They just thought they were here for experimental treatment to eliminate their injuries.
So
Well,
I'm sorry to break it to y'all, but you're being experimented for to make unethical drugs. You guys need to get out of here. There's a graveyard if like up north. If you don't believe us, go check it out yourself. It's gross stuff. You'll end up in the ground if you stay here.
Okay. They're mulling this over, but there's not anyone going to confront you in this particular moment.
That will have to be it. We have to also make sure that we can escape. So I'll have to leave them to their fate.
Mhm.
As they're leaving, like Bo will kind of look over anyone that's still there. You can either stand there wondering if what we're saying is the truth and ask yourself all the questions in the world and until they get here and either recapture y'all and put y'all in some less comfy confinements, or you can get the fuck out of here and figure it out at home. Not my decision. Make it yourself.
Okay.
We're setting this compound on fire, right?
yes, Omega,
Oh, yeah.
initiate destruction. Walks out. Walks out.
Rockets. No.
Is that a good place to roll credits, or do we need a further epilogue? I know we're a little early, but
I think I personally think that's perfect. Just the whole thing, just blood,
I like
sweat,
the
and fire.
I like the idea that Omega suddenly
Do we
produces
walk off in
weapons
slow
that-
motion with the fire in the background? Yeah.
probably.
I like the idea that Omega produces weapons that would have been more useful earlier, just for this. Because he was using force that scales, and it's like you could have killed these people right away.
It's so funny.
You didn't ask.
All right. Well, I think we're set here. Let's let Tech know.
Uh,
I had fun.
Didn't
That was
issue
a
the
good
right
game.
commands. That's why he didn't
Yeah.
use the right weapons.
The big old self-destruct sequence.
All right. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm Eric Zwadsky. I'm the Deviant developer. And this is the group gathered for this event. Go ahead and introduce yourselves one last time. Let us know where people can find you if they're interested or if you're interested.
Again, I'm Mins Orgeru. You can find me, and you can also find one of your other lovely players here on Twitch at a Friday night game called Neon Gore. Look it up if you're interested. I don't think my socials are appropriate to share here, but it's been a pleasure to be a part of the one shot. Next person.
sure, I'll go.
Sorry.
Sorry. All right. I am the Will. I don't exist. That includes online. However, if you want to see places where I apparently exist, at _ the Rolling Nomads on Twitter or the Rolling Nomads Twitch channel. I exist there on Sundays at approximately 6 Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time.
Hello, and I am the Law by Night podcast guy. You can find me at Law by Night VTM on Twitter. You can find me the same on Instagram, but it's filled with underscore, so law _ etc. etc. Yes, those are the places I exist. And if you're at all interested in the lore of the World of Darkness, particularly that of Vampire the Masquerade, you can listen to the Law by Night podcast, a weekly podcast that comes out every Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time.
Hi, everyone. I am Haley, also known as Beyblade666 on the internet. You can find me on Instagram. I do cosplays and promote different tables that I'm at. You can find me on Vancouver by Night, Toronto by Day, Changeling the Dreaming. And you can also find me at, it's X Crow Rose, Neon Gore, Mage the Ascension game, Friday nights. And what else am I doing? Other things that aren't quite in production yet, but they'll be there. Just follow my Instagram. Thank you so much for playing with me, guys.
Well, I guess I'm last. Hi, I'm Bianca. I don't have a Twitch, no Instagram, but I post memes, I guess, on Twitter with the nick Potato Juice. I am a big fan of potatoes. My daytime job is as a content designer, so I make digital games.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm on the Deviant Discord, both the fan one and the official Onyx Path game Discord. So come hang out with me there. Love hearing from the players of the game. It just kind of keeps me going. Keeps me creative is having that sort of feedback and a way of generating those ideas. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Good job, team.
Woo!